Hello guys, welcome back to the Cardinal Chirp. Today we have a new guest here on the podcast. She is a part of our broadcasting class now. This is Elena Suzuki, and we're so happy to have her in the class this year. We actually haven't done one of these lives yet this year, in the new year, I guess you could say. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, we're kind of going to talk about the state pageant, what's been going on. Also, you can expect our next episode to hopefully be dropped either this afternoon or tomorrow. We're kind of a day behind because we had Martin Luther King Day off yesterday. So that was pretty fun. How did you spend your Martin Luther King Day, Elena?
Honestly, I just worked the whole time.
Okay,
I worked and then went home and baked some cookies for some people. So that was my day.
Fun. I basically slept. I got back from the pageant late last night. I think I pulled into my driveway at 2:30 a.m. maybe, something like that.
Night.
Yeah,
Early
it was
morning.
a very late night. Yeah, I had an early morning that day and a late night. So it was eventful to say the least, but it was a good time. I'm trying to see if I can get the podcast up on my phone so that I can watch and see what questions you guys ask. So if you have any questions, it can be pageant related or not pageant related. But that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Would it be in video?
Yeah, if you didn't watch, Paris just did a podcast with her sister Paige, who was the Illinois State queen.
Yes.
So she just retired this weekend, or last weekend.
Yes. Yeah. So we have been, I left on Wednesday after school to go to the state pageant in Springfield, and I was there until late Sunday night. So it was a blast. I had the privilege of doing Elena Kessler, our Clay County Fair Queen's makeup, as well as my sister Paige Van Dyke, last year's Miss Illinois County Fair Queen's makeup. So it was very eventful. We got up around 5 a.m. almost every day, it felt like, and I always had my Starbucks order ready to go. We had stuff.
Essentials.
Yes, the essentials. I literally DoorDashed Starbucks like every single day for the past couple of weeks. It was a lifesaver, so I definitely recommend DoorDash. And then also, I don't know how you see comments on here. I'm not really sure. I'm not too good with the whole Facebook technology, so.
Well, I think they just.
Or would it just pop up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's
I'm not a
okay.
big live person. But our current county queen, as she said, Elena Kessler, she did get third runner-up at state. So that's amazing. Out of how many girls?
73.
Yeah, so that's awesome. She did so good.
Yeah, she did incredible. It was so much fun to get to see all of the girls compete. It was just amazing. Like on Wednesday, I'm trying to think of the schedule so I could kind of give you like a behind the scenes of like what kind of goes down. But Wednesday, a lot of girls were just getting there, and then Thursday they had practices going on. Friday is whenever they have their interviews take place, and then Saturday is preliminaries, so they get to do that whole part of like the competition, and everyone does their speech, physical fitness, beauty wear, and then they come out like as a group and they do their grand march where they all say what county and their name. So that's always fun to watch. That's some people's favorite parts, I've heard, is like watching the grand march whenever they all come out. And they do that like a couple of times throughout the pageant. So it's really neat. But yeah, so that's kind of what happened. This year they did the live stream, so you could actually like, I think you had to pay $25 and you could watch the pageant online to watch finals and see like what awards people got. It was just really cool this year, like being on the flip side and like getting to meet the girls and watching their practices and just getting to see that and talk to them was really fun. So yeah, it was eventful. But
So what was your favorite part about this weekend?
Other than doing makeup, because I do enjoy doing makeup, I would say just getting to spend time with my family, like watching the pageant. So my dad came up every single day. He drove up to watch. And then my mom was there. I was really sad. My grandparents didn't get to come because my grandpa's sick right now. So my sister gave him a shout out on stage and in her speech. But they got to watch online, thankfully, now that we have that virtual option. But there were a lot of people who actually couldn't make it because it was pretty cold and icy up in Springfield. And so there were a lot of families that couldn't come. So that was, sad, but also really glad that we had that virtual option so people could actually get to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's really nice. They haven't offered that live stream in the past, so it's
it's
really great for families who can't come or aren't able to get tickets.
Yeah, it was like the first time they've ever done that this year. So it's definitely something that I think will continue on in the future and will be really good for people who just can't get out in the weather and stuff. So it was really nice. But yeah, there's a few things different this year. Like we didn't have like the big brunch that morning, but the girls got to sleep in a little bit. So I thought that was very nice because like last year when Paige run, she had to get up very early and make up again, but that was finals day, so the girls need a little bit of rest, on the third day of getting up that early and going, and so it was nice to have that little rest. And then I also got invited to go to their little brunch, so they had like a little devotional they did on Sunday morning, so that was nice, like getting to see all the girls in there, and then also just getting to have a little light breakfast and then starting their day. So it was just really neat to get to see all of that behind the scenes because I had never really seen that before. And just becoming familiar with the pageant crew, I got to meet anywhere from the influencers to, like they have video people who do tons of stuff. I've already met the cameramen that do all of the pictures for the weekend because they've already taken Paige's pictures throughout the year. So that was really cool to get to see all of them again.
Good morning, Kim.
Yeah, good morning.
She commented. It's not popping up for us, though.
It's really hard to see
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
I don't know how to see.
We're not good at... Oh, there they are, but...
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
Ms. Cox got us up to date.
Yeah, so when we came into class this morning, like we were talking about all the things, that happened with the pageant. And just because it's really cool because a lot of girls who go to North Clay, like they've been, with Fall Festival or other things, and just like seeing how things have changed over the years, but how a lot of things have also like remained the same. Like it's really cool just to see what's going on. So
it's honestly just a really great experience if you enjoy watching pageants, even if you have nobody to go for.
Very true.
I've only been 2 times because of when I was queen at Fall Festival. You get a trip there.
Yes.
And it's very fun to watch. It is a very long weekend, and you do get home really early, but it's awesome.
Yeah, like we were talking about, I mean, just like the afternoon session in itself and the evening session itself, it's like 4 hours for each. So you're sitting in those chairs for quite a long time, which they do give breaks. We had like 2 15-minute intermissions. So I definitely went back up into the hotel room and restocked on snacks because between me, my cousin, my boyfriend, and everyone else, like everyone was just eating snacks, and it was still great though. Like I enjoyed it. I didn't need anything. I was like, I could just sit here and watch this all night because that was my first time ever having a front row seat to the pageant the whole weekend. And it is so different being up that close because you can see every step. You can see, everything. And I think it's so cool because like I didn't realize so much, like just being far away with like turns and just everything else. Like you notice so much more when you're up that close. So it was memorable, and I will always remember
that's awesome. That's such a good experience.
Yes. Yeah, it was great. And I mean, there was just so much energy. Like everyone was so sweet. Like all of the girls were just so sweet to each other. Like on stage, whenever one person's name would get called out of the top 16, like the girl standing next to her would be like, and like smiling and just clapping for her, and just, you know, that's what pageants are all about. And I know sometimes, you know, people status quo, or just like they kind of just think, you know, it's like you just get up there and you wear a sparkly dress and you smile, and it's so much more than that. Like, it really, I mean, I don't have the list with me. I should have brought a book with me so you guys could see kind of how, like, you take notes. So, like, they have this big program book, and basically you can buy ads for the program. So if you have a county girl that is running in the pageant, you can buy an ad and put a picture, like whatever picture you want, with a quote or a Bible verse or anything like that. And then once you do that, it goes in the program. And so they have all of their headshots in the front part of the book, so you can like see what contestants who. And then they have all of the different ads. And then they also have at the end where it kind of lists off all 73 girls, like their name and what county they're from. And then it has a page where you can take notes. So like if you are wanting to, in essence, judge yourself, and do that on your own, then you can write notes to try and figure out who you think the Miss Illinois County Fair Queen is going to be. So that's really a cool feature that they have. And then it has like where you can write down who won what award. So I was definitely doing that, and I was pretty spot on with all of my assumptions, I guess, my guesses onto who it would be. But I have to say they all did an amazing job, and it was so nice getting to meet those girls. So it was pretty cool. A good experience. So I'll definitely always remember that. And hopefully, it's always been my dream to be up on that stage one day, but we'll see what's in God's plans. But that is my ultimate dream. So
when do you think you'll run for county?
I'm kind of thinking not this summer, but the next summer I'll probably run for county. We'll see how college goes and everything else, because I think it was a little bit harder for my sister being all the way in Oklahoma, yeah. You know, like making the drives back and forth. So just like thinking ahead of just like if that were ever to happen, like I would probably like to be closer to home, just so you know that you're close and you don't have as much of a drive, because that was like a 9-hour drive, and she made that multiple times this summer to represent and to be there for things. But she loved every second of it. And I know the Miss Illinois County Fair Queen for this year, Natalie Evans. She is going to do a great job. She is so sweet, and she knows her ag stuff. So I think that'll be a good ad.
The new Fair Queen.
Yeah, so Natalie, she is from Morgan County. Me and my sister grew up showing Red Angus, like knowing her and stuff, and seeing her at different shows. So when I saw that she was running and that she was going to be representing Morgan County up at the pageant, I was like, she's probably going to do really good, just because I know her and she's a sweet girl, and she really did represent her county well. And so, yeah, it showed on stage. And so, yeah, I had her in my top 16. So,
and she won.
And she won. Yeah, once we got like everything, what was it? We had stuff written out, and just kind of trying to decide, you know, who we think's going to end up where and whatever. But yeah, she was my pick. So yeah, she did a good job.
Did Paige receive any cool gifts for her departure of being queen?
So she received quite a few gifts this weekend, actually. One of the ones that I can think of is so whenever she would go to different pageants and things, she would have to have a chaperone. So anywhere you go, whenever you are representing as queen, you have to have a chaperone with you. And there is like a board of directors who serve as directors for different county pageants that go, and they will be her chaperone for different things. So a group of those girls, I think it was like 2 of them, gave away a gift to her, and it was this beautiful like circle blue box, and it had this big sparkly ribbon on top of it, and they actually texted me a couple weeks ago, and they were like, we want to get Paige a gift. We don't know what to get her. What does she like? And I was like, she loves anything blue, anything with sunflowers, anything like turquoise, like anything like that. She loves it. So they got her this box, and then inside they had this sunflower, like really soft blanket. And then they got her one of those like Myra bags, like a leather, what are they called? Wallet, like kind of like that. And it had this cute little, it was like an ear tag, like keychain kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it was beautiful, and she loved that. And then she also gave out gifts to all of the girls, and I loved watching her hand out those, because she gave a gift to each and every contestant, the 73 contestants, and then to her director, to all of the girls who were helping with the pageant. Like, it was so sweet to see their faces, because they were like, you didn't have to get me anything, but my sister wanted to do something for all of them. And so she got these ornaments made at Lakeland College, because they can make a whole bunch of stuff in their design area. And so they made these ornaments and like engraved them with the crest of the Illinois County Fair Queen thing. And then on the other side, they put like their name. And so then they put their title underneath of like what they are. So like I got one actually, and it said Paris Van Dyke makeup artist.
Aww.
And so it was really funny. So Sandy and Bill are Paige's, well, Sandy is technically Paige's, or was Paige's, I guess I can say now, that's sad, director for Miss Illinois. And Bill is her husband. And Bill became like a grandpa to me and Paige. Like everywhere we would go, like we would go get dinner with them after pageant things and stuff. And like he is just so funny, and he is the biggest storyteller I've ever met, and I love it. So like he would always tell me stories about his travels to Germany and Paris, and he's just traveled all over the world in the US. And so it was really cool to get to spend time with him this weekend too. But his said Bill, and then it said ice cream date, like official ice cream date. So in her speech, she talked about how when they would go to like county fairs and stuff, Bill would always get ice cream with Paige, because ice cream is my sister's favorite meal, I say. She's eaten it for dinner before. And they actually had an ice cream social for the girls, and Dairy King and Breeze sponsored all of the toppings. So it was like really cool to see. They were like, yeah, Paige loves ice cream, and she really wants to know like if like we could get toppings and stuff from you guys and whatever. And they were going to pay for them, and they were like, no, if she loves ice cream, we're going to donate it. So they donated all the toppings. Well,
That's sweet.
Bill loves vanilla ice cream, and when we were practicing one round before they did their dance and stuff, practicing, and then they were supposed to go eat the ice cream. Well, Paige went and got him a scoop of vanilla ice cream, because that's Bill's favorite, is vanilla. And she goes up on stage to walk out for like her part of the dance with the vanilla ice cream, and walks, and she waves, and then she goes and hands Bill the vanilla ice cream, and it was so funny. So it was just good. There were so many memories, and so much, it was just so much fun. So I will treasure all of those memories from the year, and just it brings back, like, the state fair was really big, because we were there like after all of the livestock went home and everything. We were still up there for like another week doing pageant stuff, and so yeah, it's been a highlight of my life. And I've just been on the family side of it and just getting to experience that. So I don't know if you guys have any questions about it, or like if any of what anything entails of the pageant or year as county fair queen. I could try and answer it to the best of my ability, but
Is she kind of sad about being done, or is she kind of relieved that she doesn't have to do as much?
I think it really hit her like the day of, like she was like this is my last day, and like it's a bittersweet moment, because she's sad, but she also is excited for the new queen, and she is finishing up her senior year at OSU. So she actually headed back to school today. Their school was canceled due to snow in Oklahoma. So she's headed back today. and she actually left like right before I left to go to CEO. And so she's just ready, I think, to graduate college, and she has an internship lined up for the summer. So she's going to be traveling with the American Shorthorn Association and doing activities for them in their upcoming convention. So I think she's really excited about that, to get back into doing what she loves and her passion for agriculture. And she has, she's said it a couple of times. I don't know if any of you have heard this, but she has a major in special education and a minor, or I said that wrong. She has her major in ag communications and a minor in special education. And she hopes to combine the two and eventually create an organization or something to where kids with special needs are able to like show livestock and do different things, which they already do. Like, there are a lot of families that have actually reached out to her and are so for what she's wanting to accomplish. And so I can see in the next couple of years that really coming to life and her starting that up. And I think it'll be something no one's ever seen before.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have never heard of anything like that.
Yeah, so we are excited about that. I think she's just excited for the future plans of what's going on. Aww. Thank you, Angela.
She did do a wonderful job. She was such a good state queen, and I think they'll always remember her.
Yes, I think so too. And it's kind of different because like how they had a new director coming in, Sandy, and Paige was new to this, and they were just trying to figure everything out this year. And it was just so much fun just getting to see like how Sandy let Paige still express her agriculture roots and everything, because that's what being a county fair queen is all about, and that's what representing as an ag ambassador. Because if you didn't know, when you are selected as the Miss Illinois County Fair Queen, you are also considered, you have an internship with the Department of Agriculture in Illinois. So you are representing them necessarily, in a sense, like, so it's like very important that you know your ag and that you know all of the stuff that comes along with that. And so I think that do you have to know everything about agriculture? No, because I think there's always room for growth, and I'm sure Paige even learned more things throughout her year of reign. But it's definitely really important to have that, because then whenever you are asked in an interview or you're talking to someone, just walking around the state fair, you're able to explain that to someone that maybe doesn't know anything about the ag industry. Mm-hmm. And so I think that was like really cool, just getting to see how she knew what she was talking about and she was passionate about it.
Yes, I was about to add to that. And she doesn't just like know things about it. You can really tell that she enjoys it and she is passionate about it. So she really like fully gets into it. And I think that's really amazing to see. She's not kind of just like clueless and Googles up, Yeah, it's not something that you can necessarily just learn to say. Like, it's something that she's lived out, and she totally stayed true to herself during the whole pageant thing. She always told Sandy, she's like, if I'm going to be in the barn, I'm going to be wearing my boots and my jeans. I am not going to be wearing heels, because that is a common thing of the queens wearing heels to the state fair in July. But there were many times that you could catch Paige in the barn in her boots, still showing. They approved of all of it. They just said, take your crown with you, because that just goes to show, you can do pageants and you can be in agriculture. And so I think that was cool. But yeah, that's kind of really all I can think of as far as the pageant goes. Angela, I think it is really amazing that she's wanting to start that for special education students.
Yes.
And even just getting them involved in things, even if they're not totally involved in agriculture. I think it would be amazing just to have a space for them to be able to be involved in activities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then,
memory from the entire weekend. You only had difficult. Okay, my favorite memory from the entire weekend. Oh, this is hard. Well,
There's lots packed into this weekend, so.
Oh, there's the bell. I'll finish up this question, then we can get going. But I would have to say her speech, listening to her speech. We listened to it at dinner on Sunday evening before the finals, and just hearing what she had to say regarding our family and just everyone who was important to her throughout the year and helped make her year special. I just like looking at, I'm a very sentimental person, and so I thrive off of emotion in the sense of like seeing people care for one another, and just like I loved getting to look across the table and see my mom just like with tears of joy of like just how blessed like this year has been for us. And just getting to hear that and see all of the faces of the people that she talked about, like it was just such a sweet moment and something that I will always remember. So I would say that was probably my most memorable moment. Another moment was when my boyfriend looked at me and we were through the first part of the pageant, and he has never been to a pageant before, mind you. And he goes, so we have to sit through another one of these? Because it was only the afternoon session and it was 4 hours. And he was like,
yes, Charlie.
He was like, I was like, yeah, we do. I was like, I'll go get you some more snacks because it was, but he still loved it. He was like, that was really impressive and like not, what he always, expected pageants to be like. And so I think that's really good for people to see, what it actually entails. So it was kind of fun. But yeah, that was kind of the wrap up of the weekend and just getting to talk to you guys about what went on, highlights, and just other things. If you ever have questions about it, just reach out to me and I would be more than happy to answer any of that. But I'm sure me and Elena will be back on another time this semester to talk about something else. But we just hope that you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cardinal Chirp. Bye!